My name is Richard Atwell, and I'm a director with the Sewage Treatment Action Group. I wish to speak to the proposal to mail some version of this flyer and the staff report to the residents of Esquimalt. The flyer leaves the reader with the impression that if Esquimalt Council doesn't reverse its decision, there will be no federal funding and their sewage costs will increase. The public has yet to see any indication from any level of government that it would pull out the rug from under us, so to speak, if we don't build a plant at McLaughlin Point. In fact, we now seem to have a letter stating the contrary. How can funding for the current plan be so carved in stone when CRD purchased Viewfield Road long after it had presented its plan to the government and had received a promise of funding? Even if the plan relied upon Heartland in a provisional sense, it demonstrates that changes can be made to the plan. For more clues on flexibility, I FOI'd the provincial contribution agreement between the CRD and the province. I have noticed that there is no 2018 date written in that document, and there is no mention of McLaughlin in that document. How then can the flyer claim we could lose over $500 million in funding, which includes provincial funding, when neither McLaughlin or 2018 have been written into the contribution agreement? What about the latest amendment to the Liquid Waste Management Plan? That completion date was recently changed to 2018 at the request of the CRD. Clearly, the amendment process allows the date to be extended upon request, and it didn't come with funding conditions. What about Ministers Polak and Oakes? What do they have to say? Have they indicated we are going to lose the funding if we don't plow ahead with McLaughlin? No. On July 11th of last year, the Honourable Mary Polak replied to MLA Andrew Weaver in the legislature and said, the funding is still committed. And on July 15th, the Honourable Corley Oakes said, we welcome that the CRD can come forward and request an extension of this money, and we would address that at such time. What I'm reading in their statements is that nothing is written in stone, yet this is how things have been portrayed in the flyer, mostly doom and gloom. Both ministers have stated over and over that the funding is simply capped, and that is the core message of their communication. So what about the federal government? Well, in March of last year, MP Murray Rankin wrote to the federal minister to confirm what ministerial staff had told Rankin, that there is no time limit and expiration date on the funding. And Minister LaBelle wrote back, the individual contribution agreements once signed will include planned timeframe for construction of projects, the terms of payment of the federal amounts, and the agreement expiry dates. And the latest Cetera report confirms that the federal funding agreement still hasn't been signed. So if we haven't signed an agreement, how can we be tied to McLaughlin? And why aren't we using this opportunity to explore all options? Seashelt, which has been in the news recently, conceived of, designed, and built a tertiary treatment plant in 3 years. Granted, it's smaller than the plant we're trying to build, but we have over 6. So let me close by asking, is there a single person at this table who truly believes that one or both senior levels of government would even contemplate that we fund a project of this magnitude by ourselves and double or even triple our debt, crippling the local economy? Why would any senior government do that? It simply defies common sense. Let's move on from McLaughlin and develop a better plan. Time is a wasting. Thank you.